in a world that's screaming about AI, most of what you hear, it's
Yeah.
really just noise. You've seen the headlines, right? The $1,000 a day promises. But what if the real opportunities are, much quieter, maybe far more impactful?
Welcome to the deep dive. Yeah, today we're really cutting through all that clickbait. We're going to explore what we're calling underground AI side hustles. You've probably felt kind of overwhelmed by all the misinformation flying around, but our mission today is pretty clear. We want to uncover 5, let's say, proven AI paths where actual creators are quietly building sustainable income right now in 2025. We'll look at what's wrong with the usual advice, then really dig into each model, the business side, the workflow, and exactly why it's working. Expect some surprising stuff, maybe a few aha moments.
Okay, so let's start with that hard truth about AI side hustles, beyond the hype. The problem, and our sources really point this out, is that so much what's pushed out there is just, well, recycled junk. It's these generic ChatGPT prompts or shallow, quickly knocked out ebooks. Content that just feels mass-produced, no real thought behind it.
Exactly. You know those YouTube thumbnails, right? Someone dramatically typing, like 3 prompts, and a graph just shoots up, makes it look so easy. But then you try their methods, and, well, what happens? Usually 0 traffic, definitely 0 sales, just frustration. It's kind of like a mirage.
Mm-hmm. And our sources emphasize this really crucial truth. Viral doesn't pay you. Value does.
Hmm.
So while everyone's out there chasing likes, these quiet creators, they're actually stacking real income, not making noise, but definitely making money.
Yeah, what's fascinating here is that fundamental shift in mindset. If you're still kind of waiting for your side hustle to just take off because something went viral,
Yeah.
you're probably already behind. This deep dive, it really focuses on creating genuine value for specific people, not just chasing fleeting trends.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So what's the fundamental shift then? What do we need to embrace to move past these viral dead ends and build something, truly sustainable?
Simple, really. Stop chasing the trends. Focus instead on solving genuine, specific problems for particular clients. That's it. All right, so that brings us perfectly to our first underground hustle. Micro briefs for experts. Forget those huge, rambling 2,000-word blog posts. Busy consultants, coaches, they need insights and they need them fast. They're basically drowning in information but starving for clarity they can actually act on, right away.
And this is where you step in. The business model is, well, pretty elegant. You use AI to generate these weekly microbriefs. We're talking maybe 300 to 500 words on topics directly relevant to their field. And these aren't just summaries. They're like executive summaries, distilled right down to the essence for really busy people. And they'll happily pay, say, $150 to $300 a week for that. It saves them hours and keeps them ahead.
Mm-hmm. The real power in these microbriefs, it's that focused foresight. They cut through all the noise to deliver stuff they can use immediately. Things like emerging trends, essential new tools, critical data points, or just the distilled core of major ideas from longer content. It's all about high-value, concentrated info. Saves experts tons of time.
So how does this actually work? In practice, well, it starts with picking a very specific niche, let's say marketing consultants who focus on SaaS companies. Then you leverage AI, like Perplexity AI maybe, to quickly research and synthesize complex info. It's great for that. Next, you use language models. Google, Gemini, Claude, they're good at this, to distill and draft the initial insights. They can summarize huge amounts of text into key points. But here's where it gets really interesting. This is the crucial step, the human refinement. You take that AI draft and you personalize it. Maybe use ChatGPT to match the client's voice. You add your unique strategic analysis. That's the value layer AI just can't do alone. Then deliver it professionally. Notion, Google Docs, something simple.
And get this. You can actually create a brief like that with all those layers in maybe just 40 to 60 minutes. That's incredible efficiency, right? And why this works so well in 2025. Well, 3 big reasons. First, this personal brand explosion. Thought leaders need constant curated content to stay relevant. Second, information overload. Everyone's drowning. People will pay for synthesis, not just raw data dumps. And third, there's a definite gap in the market. It sits right between those super expensive agencies and just basic freelance writers. Long form feels dead sometimes. People with money want short, smart, strategic stuff weekly. Sounds super efficient. But let's be real. How do you make sure these micro briefs really stand out? How do you avoid just repackaging stuff anyone could find?
Well, it comes back to that human touch, the insight, the personalization, adding unique strategic analysis that AI alone just can't replicate. Okay, moving to our next quiet path, Reddit ghostwriting. So here's the problem. Reddit is this absolute goldmine of raw, authentic, really relatable content. People share incredible stories. But most of these great narratives, they never leave the platform. They might go viral for a day, maybe two, then poof, gone.
Right. And this is where the opportunity lies. The business model is basically using AI to transform those top posts, those AMAs, Ask Me Anything, interviews, and deep discussions from niche subreddits. Transform them into polished articles, perfect for newsletters, blogs, personal brands. But the key here is you're not stealing. You're remixing, reshaping, repurposing. You add context, maybe some external sources, a professional structure people can actually read easily. So the workflow starts with hunting for what you might call raw gold. You identify niche subreddits where your target clients hang out, maybe like our experienced devs for tech insights. Look for threads with lots of upvotes, comments showing real emotion, actual pain points. Then you use AI Claude, ChatGPT, to extract the core stuff, key points, stories, sentiment, problems, solutions, impactful quotes. After that, you become the architect. You build the article's framework, maybe a hook, like a shocking quote from the thread. Build up the context, synthesize the solutions discussed in the comments, and critically add your own analytical takeaway. What does this story actually mean for the reader? Finally, rewrite and add value. AI can help with the tone, but you, the human, add extra research, link to credible sources, find real-world examples, deliver this to creators, brands, maybe for $150 to $500 a post.
It's almost like being a digital archaeologist, yeah. Sifting through the web for hidden gems. I remember trying to find advice on some niche thing once, digging through Reddit for hours, just wishing someone had already done this work for me. That's the problem this solves, right? And it works because, first, the decline of sterile content. People want raw emotion now, it connects. Also, the short lifespan of Reddit content. You're giving these great threads a valuable second life. And honestly, this is a rare skill. Taking chaos and making it clear. That's in demand. Okay, that sounds powerful, but is there a risk maybe that these articles could feel a bit derivative, like just a rehash? How do you really ensure you're adding genuine value, not just copy and Reddit thread?
By providing that structure, adding context, doing external research, and offering a unique analytical perspective, that elevates it way beyond the original.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. Let's talk passive income. Passive income isn't dead, it just looks different now. Forget those massive, sprawling ebooks or bloated Notion templates. In 2025, smart creators are earning real money from, micro-digital products. And that's where AI prompt packs come in.
The business model here is creating and selling these packs of AI prompts, but they're tailored to very specific niches. These aren't just generic prompts you find anywhere. They're fine-tuned tools designed really precisely to solve a particular problem for a particular user. A prompt, just to be clear, is simply the text input you give an AI to guide its response. So these packs are relatively easy to produce, incredibly scalable, and cost almost nothing to launch. Yeah, and the real cleverness is in the sheer variety of niche ideas that are actually working right now. For professionals, you see things like 50 ChatGPT prompts for financial coaches to build client plans, or maybe 75 Midjourney prompts for interior designers to generate concept visuals. Even for personal growth, stuff like the journaling therapy pack, 40 pros to turn AI into an empathetic listener. It gets incredibly specific. Whoa, just imagine that, creating these really targeted solutions that maybe hundreds, even thousands of people need, all from just crafting really good prompts. That's real leverage, that kind of scalability. Yeah, that gets me excited.
So how do you actually build and sell these? You'd start by researching a specific pain point in a niche, something repetitive, maybe time-consuming, that your prompts can solve. Your product is the solution. Then comes the prompt engineering part. This is just crafting effective inputs for the AI. A good prompt usually needs context, a clear task, maybe specific steps, and the desired output format. You test it, refine it until it really works well, then package it nicely. A PDF, a Notion page maybe. Explain why the prompts work, give examples. And finally, sell them on platforms like Gumroad or Lemon Squeezy. They make it easy.
The thing is, people want results, not more courses. Customers seem tired of long theories. They just want tools that get them straight to the outcome. Prompts are basically a shortcut for thinking. You're selling a way to bypass that often costly process of experimenting yourself. And AI fatigue is definitely real. That feeling of being overwhelmed by all the possibilities, these done-for-you solutions cut right through that noise. Gumroad's latest stats actually showed AI prompt kits were among the top 5 fastest-growing digital products in Q2 2025. So yeah, it's a proven market.
That scalability really is exciting. But thinking about it, with the market potentially getting crowded with prompt packs, how does someone really make theirs stand out? What's the critical element?
Deeply understanding a specific user's pain point and designing the prompts and their output for a clear, actionable solution. That's key.
Okay, hustle number 4, AI summary services for busy professionals. The problem here is pretty clear. Decision makers, executives, they are absolutely drowning in information, just overloaded. But they're starving for clarity. They just don't have time to read a 300-page book or sit through a 2-hour webinar. And that gap, that's your opportunity.
Exactly. The business model is pretty straightforward. You offer AI-powered summary services for all kinds of content books, podcasts, long videos, dense reports, even internal company documents. But you're not just summarizing, right? You're distilling value. Busy people want the actionable gold, and they want it in like 5 minutes flat. And what's selling? Specific packages for entrepreneurs, maybe weekly podcast briefs for SaaS founders, or best-selling business book summaries. One book, one actionable page. Awesome. For investors, things like quarterly earnings call summary packs for big tech. These are high-value, serious time savers.
So how do you actually provide this service? First, you consume the content, mostly using AI. Tools like ChatGPT, Claude, maybe Scribe for text, they generate a first draft. For audio or video, you'd use speech to text first. But then comes the crucial part, the human filter. This is where the real value lies. You read the AI's draft, and you ask critical questions. What are the real actionable takeaways here? What nuance did the AI miss? What does this actually mean for my specific client? What are the next 3 things they should do based on this? Then you brand the summaries professionally, maybe use templates, visuals, package and price them, could be individually, say $50 a pop, or a subscription, like 5 podcast summaries a week for $29 a month.
Honestly, even using the best AI tools, I still find myself wrestling sometimes, making sure my summaries truly capture that human nuance I know my clients are looking for. It's a delicate balance for sure, but this works because, well, leaders outsource thinking. Executives get delegation, they'll happily pay someone else to do the initial thinking and synthesis for them. AI is great at summarizing, but it still needs a human curator for context, for strategic judgment. You provide that essential layer. And ultimately, people pay for speed and clarity. You're saving clients hours every single week. That's a value proposition that's easy to understand and sell. So digging into that human layer, what's the unique value you, as a person, bring to these AI-powered summaries that the AI just can't?
It really boils down to context, strategic judgment, and identifying those actionable insights tailored specifically to your client's situation. All right, finally, our 5th hustle, one-page AI market reports. Let's be blunt here. The average retail investor is completely overwhelmed, just swimming in signals, but starving for actual clarity. They jump from source to source, trying to piece together a coherent picture of the market, and honestly, it's exhausting for them.
Yeah, so the business model here is offering these AI-curated market research reports. Simplified, visualized, actionable, designed for everyday traders. Now, really important disclaimer here. You are absolutely not pretending to be a licensed financial advisor. That's crucial. Your value is purely in information aggregation and clarification, making complex data digestible, not giving investment advice. And the toolkit for this is actually quite robust now. You probably use ChatGPT or Claude for summarizing news and macroeconomic analysis. TradingView, that popular charting platform combined with its AI-powered indicators, super valuable. Data analytics platforms, maybe like token metrics for crypto data, info recorded on a blockchain. And Perplexity AI is great for digging into economic reports.
And critically, like the other hustles, you niche down. You don't try to cover everything. Maybe you offer a weekly AI brief on altcoins in the Solana ecosystem, or AI-generated tech stock trends as part of like a Market Mondays report. These aren't just generic social media updates. They're value-packed, clarity-driven info products with recurring value.
Exactly. And here's how you might build a one-page report like that. Start with data collection, use AI to scan news, analyst reports, market data streams. Then synthesis. Ask the AI, what are the top 3-5 main trends emerging from this data? Visualization is key too. Use TradingView for charts, maybe some simple graphs you create. Keep it visual. Structure matters. Clear sections like last week's market summary, 3 key trends to watch, chart of the week with your analysis, key news headlines, maybe a week ahead calendar through. Then you monetize it. Email list, Gumroad, Substack for paid subscriptions, maybe $19 a month for a weekly report, something like that. And this works because of what you could call time and tool asymmetry. Most people just lack the time or, frankly, the expensive tools needed to decode the market effectively. You do it for them. There's also super high financial anxiety out there right now. Your clear analysis can provide a sense of confidence or at least understanding. Plus, AI makes the research part faster and cheaper than ever before, and it's a recurring need. The market changes daily, hourly sometimes, creates constant demand for your analysis, perfect for a subscription.
Given how sensitive financial information is, what's the absolute most crucial thing to remember when putting these reports together?
Clarity, simplicity, and always focusing on data interpretation, not crossing the line into giving investment advice. Keep it clean.
So let's try to recap the big idea weaving through all of this today. The AI hustle game, it feels like it's moved underground. The surface level stuff, the things broadcast everywhere. That's just a red ocean now. Too much competition. The real sustainable wealth, it seems, is being built much more quietly, in deep niches. Through direct value exchange. These 5 sort of under-the-radar income machines we've talked about, they aren't just passing trends. They feel like robust business models. They represent this fundamental shift away from just chasing virality. You don't need to go viral anymore. You need to go smart. And go smart, it's not just a catchy phrase. It's really a strategic framework. First, smarter workflows. You leverage AI for, say, 80% of the heavy lifting, the research, the first drafts, gathering data. But you provide that irreplaceable 20% of human genius. The strategy, the curation, the personalization, maybe even the empathy. That's how you create premium stuff. Second, smarter offers. Stop just selling your time or selling an article. Sell the outcome. You're selling reclaimed hours back to executives. You're selling clarity to confused investors.
Frame your offer around the result, and you can command much higher prices. And finally, smarter leverage. Every prompt pack you create, every email subscriber you gain, every retainer client you land that becomes an asset. You're actually building a cash-flowing system that doesn't depend on some platform's fickle algorithm changing overnight. That's the huge difference, right, between being just a digital gig worker and being a real digital business owner. And just to quickly recap the core value of each again. Microbriefs, selling strategic clarity, Reddit ghostwriting, selling authentic, emotional storytelling, AI prompt packs, selling repeatable results, those valuable shortcuts, AI summaries, selling time back to busy professionals, and market reports, selling peace of mind and simplified intelligence.
Okay, so you've basically got the map now to 5 potential hidden gold mines. But maybe the biggest enemy you face now isn't a lack of opportunity, it's that analysis paralysis, that fear of choosing the wrong path. Let's just try and dismantle that fear right now. There really is no wrong path among these 5. There's only the path you're actually willing to commit to. So to help you move from just hearing this insight to actually getting income, here's a simple framework. First, align with your curiosity. Which one of these hustles genuinely excites you? Are you fascinated by market psychology, storytelling, building productivity systems? Pick the path that's actually going to keep you engaged when things get tough. Second, assess your natural strength. What are you naturally good at? Are you super analytical, great at distilling complex info? Or are you more creative, better at packaging ideas compellingly? Lean into your strengths, don't fight them. And third, commit to a 90-day sprint. Just pick one model. Seriously, just one. Forget the other 4 for now. Your only goal for the next 90 days is to get your first paying client or make your first sale using that single model. Go deep, not wide. That focus. That's what separates the dabblers from the earners.
The time for trying to be a generalist feels like it's over. The real opportunity now seems to lie in that quiet domination of a specific niche before the masses catch on. Your move. OU Music.